県日本ベンジャミン人間性英才学校、テーマは Earth Citizen Dream です。よろしくお願いします。
Hello, nice to meet you all. My name is Kurisu Isogai, and I'm very excited to be here. Let me start off by asking you all a question. Do you think that we can make the world a better place in the next year, in the next decade, or in 200 years? I believe that we can. Today I'm here to talk about this presentation called My Earth Citizen Dream. So my journey begins in Hawaii. I was raised on a small island on the Pacific Ocean, and growing up, this island was my home. I was blessed to be surrounded with beautiful sceneries of deep blue oceans and beautiful sunsets every single day. But as I was growing up, I realized that the amount of plastic and littering that was rising among the villages became a major problem that affected our islands. Because not much action was taken care of to solve it, according to the Hawaii Wildlife Fund organization in 2016, there are more than 63% of microplastics floating on the surface of the ocean. And also, studies from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administrations indicate that Hawaii became one of the top global and dirtiest beaches on the Pacific Islands. These experiences that I have witnessed growing up made me realize how important it is to take care of our environment and to take action through this Earth Citizen movement. So let me ask you all, what do you think an Earth Citizen means? An Earth Citizen means that you are not identifying yourself through various religion, cultural aspects, or even your nationality. But we identify ourselves that we are all born on this planet Earth, which makes us all Earth citizens, correct? By understanding this concept, we can realize that each one of us are connected through our common values, and then take more commitment to restore the foundation of our home. So I will share two specific projects that I have conducted on how this Earth Citizen movement created a positive effect, not only on myself, my family, my community, but also globally. My first project is called the Love the Earth Project. This Love the Earth Project, I created 1 year ago to take simple commitments for my community. I've started this project because by understanding the idea of this Earth Citizen movement, I made a commitment, and that commitment was starting a cleaning up activity and calling out different people from my community, and doing this cleaning up activity around my neighborhood once a week. And after a year, I have gathered more participants, over 20 people, to do this project around the beach and parks every month. And because of how successful this Love the Earth project had brought to my life, my school, Benjamin School for Character Education, had provided me to speak at various high schools, universities, and seminars. There, I was able to share the motive of this Earth Citizen movement and also inspire others for them to make a small commitment in their daily life. And my second project I would like to share to you all is about India. Last year, July, I went to India for a World Youth Indian Camp. Did you know that according to the World Bank Organization, India has one of the largest populations with over 1.2 billion people. And because it's so overpopulated, more than 270 million people are living in poverty. And did you know that 40% of those populations are children? So India, I went to a small village called Sovatatu, and there I have met over 1,000 children that were adopted by this campus organization and got to do various hands-on activities like volunteering programs. For example, teaching them education like math and reading. We also brought bottles of clean, purified bottled water and even conducted community cleanup activities. By conducting these activities, we reduced the amount of trash and littering that was rising among the villages. Because of how these actions organized by the local people, after 6 months, these children are mandatory provided with safe, purified drinking water, mandatory education that is funded by the government, medical health cares, and they're also putting up electricity around the villages so the children will feel safe walking alone at night. This brought awareness and changes to make a difference in their own country. These experiences and learnings has taught me so many important lessons in life. For example, the children in Seoul Attitude, they taught me that even though they were living in extreme crucial conditions, they overcame their situation and taught the people of love and helping each other around the villages. And now this has inspired me to reach my next goal. My dream is to work for the United Nations. The United Nations is a place where I can work with their mission and to meet worldwide leaders and people who have the same dream as myself. There, I want to create a more impactful change by conducting various international projects, specifically in economical, social, and cultural conflicts to bring us towards humanity. For me, I believe that a change maker is somebody who is willing to make a commitment, a positive change, like an Earth citizen. For not only ourselves, our families, but also for the whole entire world. Together, let's bring that awareness and commitment to our home. Thank you.
はい、どうもありがとうございました。コメントを三久保先生お願いします。
Thank you.
This Benjamin 人間性育成学園, a little bit about that school.
So this school is an alternative school, and it's all founded all around the country, from Japan, USA, and they're trying to put one in China and like New Zealand, like globally. And what we do in this school is it's like a gap year program, and it's for middle and high school students, for them to know their dream, what they want to achieve in the future. For me, it was about sharing this Earth citizen consciousness. And because I found this consciousness, I was able to share that I wanted to work for the United Nations. And in this Benjamin School, we actually create projects, like global projects, and then we meet with kids from different countries and different schools. And then we commit into the projects that I have done in India and the Love the Earth project. By doing these projects, we can understand our growth and more about the environment. Yeah.
Where is your main campus? Where is your main campus in Japan?
So we have kids from different parts of the region in Japan, but the headquarters that we have it is in Nagoya. Yeah. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
はい、植木先生お願いします。
Well, so you wanna, work for the United Nations in the future,
Yes.
yes, and you wanna be anyway change maker,
Yes.
yeah, and being a change maker, I think a very important thing to become a change maker is to change the society and something like that. And before changing the society, you need to change the people's mindset. The kind of, in order to share
Yes.
the values,
Yes.
in order to share the environment, in order to share food, something like that. Right now a small number of people are involved in other volunteers to enhance that kind of idea, but finally, you need to influence and on people's mindset, way of thought. You know what I mean?
Yes.
How would you change people's mindset? What should you do to change people's behavior based upon their change the mindset?
So I would wouldn't know like an accurate way, but in my opinion, I believe that the mindset of people, it comes from like our perspectives, like what we see. And then I believe that the world that we are living in today, like we have different problems from different countries, like some people don't even have education or like money, or they don't have rights, human rights. Like those kinds of things are very important, and people acknowledge that, but they don't actually see it as a problem from their self. So I believe that I need to expand these kinds of things, and by doing that, I first want to share this Earth Citizen message to many people as possible. And it's not just only me, myself, doing these kinds of projects and these experiences, but I want many people to do this. And one way that I want to do this is by putting these Earth Citizen message, Earth Citizen consciousness, these projects into schools, educational schools. Because young people right now are living in a society where we don't care about tomorrow, and we care a lot about ourselves. I want them to understand what are the global issues around the world, and also for them to engage in these projects, global international volunteers, these kinds of pollutions and marine animals, I want them to experience, not just understand. So I want to, in the future, create these more impactful projects for them. So that is one idea that I have for
People's
myself.
engagement is very important.
Yes,
Otherwise,
definitely.
people are changing anything. So how to make them involved, engaged. That's a very big thing, but please continue here.
Thank you.
はい、日本ベンジャミン人間性英才学校の発表でした。どうもありがとうございました。